A versatile case that stands out from the crowd. The Divider 300 is 475mm high, 220mm wide, and 461mm deep. This case is a part of our upcoming Divider series lineup, containing a blend of open frame style elements, clean functionality, and stunning good looks. The Divider 300 comes in either a black or snowy white edition. The case utilises two 3mm thick tempered glass windows on the front and side, which are more scratch resistant than standard acrylic. However, the show-stopping element of the Divider 300 is the diagonal split on the side window. Each panel can be removed separately, and there is a slot specifically for airflow tucked in between the two panels for your graphics card. The front panel has two additional airflow slots on either side, with the discrete dust filter tucked in behind to protect your fans from dust. And speaking of fans, behind the front panel comes three pre-installed 120mm ARGB fans, as well as a standard 120mm rear fan, giving you peak airflow from day one. The ARGB fans can of course be controlled via your motherboard software or via the handy button on the front I/O panel. The case has more to it than just good looks though. The Divider 300 can run all sorts of hardware inside. You can run a CPU cooler of up to 145mm high and a PSU with a max length of 180mm with an HDD cage or 230mm without one. Lastly, you can fit a graphics card of up to 360mm with a radiator or 390mm without one. And speaking of radiators, this case can support all sorts of those too. You can fit up to a 120mm radiator at the top or the rear, as well as up to a 360mm radiator at the front, or a 240mm radiator on the motherboard side. Fan-wise, you can only fit a 120mm fan at the rear, but up to one 140mm fan at the top. Motherboard side, you can fit up to two 120mm fans and either three 120 or two 140mm fans at the front. The Divider 300 also comes with an array of special features, furthering the case's uniqueness and versatility. Overall, the case has a dismantleable modular design, featuring modular panels, brackets, and pre-designed mounting arrays. The case also comes with a ventilated PSU shroud, giving you a place to hide all those unsightly cables. You can also mount your graphics card either horizontally or vertically with our patented rotational PCIe slots and riser GPU support bracket. The Divider 300 comes with even more dust filters at the bottom, top, and back of the case to help keep the dust bunnies at bay. In terms of storage, you can fit up to two 3.5-inch HDDs or two 2.5-inch SSDs in the bay drive out back, as well as two 2.5-inch SSDs on the back mounting panel. If you have some fancy SSDs you want to display, there's also a front removable mounting panel also, which is located on the motherboard side. Finally, your I/O port features two USB 3.0 and a Type-C port in an easy-to-access location. So if you want your dream build to look good without sacrificing functionality, then the Divider 300 might just be the case that you've been searching for. The Divider 200 is 364.7mm high, 333.3mm wide, and 425.7mm deep. This makes the Divider 200 somewhat cube-sized in nature, featuring a blend of open frame style elements and a variety of great functionality options. The Divider 200 features two symmetrical 3mm triangular panels on the left and right side. These feature the iconic divide strip that all of our Divider series cases have. The Divider 200 also features front and top 3mm tempered glass panels. This ensures all of your gorgeous hardware can be visible from any and every angle. But if tempered glass panels aren't your jam, just like our Divider 500, the 200 comes in an Air version too, for all you peak airflow enthusiasts out there. The Divider 200 comes with a single pre-installed 200mm front fan and one standard 120mm rear fan to help ensure reliable cooling performance from the get-go. Lastly, the Divider 200 has a super exciting and unique design, featuring a horizontal motherboard tray placement. This allows for far better cable management options and also ensures full vision of your hardware via the top tempered glass panel. Despite being a micro ATX size case, the Divider 200 can deliver excellent hardware support for all sorts of builds. You can run a CPU cooler with a max height of 185mm and a graphics card of up to 310mm with a radiator and 340mm without one. Motherboard wise, you'll need to run either a micro or mini ITX board, but it can support standard ATX sized power supply. In terms of radiators, the Divider 200 supports up to a 280mm radiator at either the front or side, and you can run up to a 200mm fan at the front or two 140mm fans at the side. Finally, storage-wise, the Divider 200 has some great options too. Sitting in the lower half of the case, you can run a total of 3 3.5-inch HDDs and 3 2.5-inch SSDs, or a total of 6 2.5-inch SSDs. The Divider 200 also comes with a ton of unique features that ensures that while this case may be smaller than the others in the lineup, it certainly still has a lot to offer. For starters, airflow has been thoroughly considered in this case, featuring multiple air vents on the sides, front and top, and even at the intersections between the two side panels. Additionally, the Divider 200 features removable magnetic fan filters on the right, bottom and front. This helps protect your precious internals from any dust or dirt that may try to sneak its way inside. Finally, your front I/O port features two USB 3.0 and a Type-C port located on the top panel in an easy and convenient location. So if you're looking for a versatile and compact case that will also turn heads, then the Divider 200 might just be for you. Combining stunning good looks and great functionality, this is a case that makes a statement and has all your hardware needs covered at the same time. Small can certainly be mighty, especially in the case of the Divider 200. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hold on! You can't just buy all that gorgeous hardware and just hide it behind some thick metal. It's like sacrilege. This is the View 300 MX mid-tower case, the perfect case to show off your hardware in style the way it should be. The View 300 MX comes in at 505mm high, 230mm wide, and 506mm deep. Comes in a black or snow version, so your PC case can suit whatever aesthetic you're dreaming up. It also features a clear 4mm thick tempered glass panel on the left-hand side, so you can gawk at all your impressive hardware. The two front 200mm and single rear 120mm ARGB fans are PWM, meaning you can control the speed and link them to the temperature of your CPU for optimal air control. And of course, the ARGB is entirely customizable with the use of your motherboard's software or the physical button on the case itself. But I can't go any further, of course, without mentioning the awesome feature that is the interchangeable front panel. Included with the View 300 MX is both a tempered glass version of the front panel and a high airflow perforated metal one. Simply pop on whichever style suits you best, and you're all set. So now let's talk about what kind of hardware you can pop in one of these bad boys. You can run up to a 12-inch by 13-inch eATX size motherboard, as well as a CPU cooler of up to 175mm. Graphics card wise, you can run with a beefy boy of up to 400mm without a reservoir or radiator, or 280mm with one installed. And I mention a reservoir because water cooling is certainly on the tables here. You can run with a radiator of up to 360mm at the front, top, or on the motherboard side. And rounding it out with fans, you can run up to two 200mm fans at the front or one up top. You can also place up to 3 120mm fans on the motherboard side. If you can't tell already, the View 300 MX is a case that has a lot of bells and whistles attached, but now we're going to spoil you with even more. You can display your graphics card vertically thanks to our patented rotatable PCIe slots and the riser cable bracket. Additionally, we've covered all your dust filtration, featuring fine magnetic dust filters on the right, top, and bottom. And look, if PSU covers just aren't your thing, we've thought about that too, as the PSU cover is also entirely removable. Finally, the front I/O ports feature two USB 3.0 ports and a Type-C port in a super accessible location. So if you're sick of your case just not looking the part compared to your stunning hardware, then this is the case to end all your worries. Featuring so many options to customize its appearance, you can display your hardware whichever way you want to with the Thermaltake View 300 MX chassis.